Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to this video series on Windows Server 2016, Docker Trusted Registry. If you're anything like me, you think the idea of Docker Hub is a great one, a neat place to store images and even share them among the community. However, my next inclination is to look at this through an enterprise spyglass, which quickly turns my perspective from neat to insecure. In other words, you may not be comfortable with placing images in this public repository, certainly not images that contain anything sensitive to your organization. Anyway, here is where Docker Trusted Registry may be something to look into. Docker Trusted Registry is a container image repository system, similar in idea to a Docker Hub, but it's something that you can contain within your network behind your own firewalls and security systems. This gives you a container image repository system without the risk of sharing sensitive information with the rest of the world. Summary. Essentially, two things are brought to the table with containers: the ability to run many more applications on your servers that you are doing today, and the ability to easily develop applications in a standardized way, a way that makes them ready for both scalability and cloud utilization. Usability of containers in the real world has been expanded greatly by the Docker project. The folks at Docker are clearly the front runners in this space, even so that Microsoft has decided to incorporate the use of Docker, an open source project developed by Linux guys, straight into Windows Server 2016. We can now utilize both the Docker engine to run containers on our Windows servers, as well as the Docker toolset to manage and manipulate containers inside Windows in the same way we can work with containers in the Linux world. Linux containers and the Windows Server containers have a lot in common and function in basically the same way. If you were only looking at Windows Server containers with the release of Windows Server 2016, I don't think that the hype surrounding this topic would be nearly as large as it is today. Microsoft's ingenious idea to create an additional scope of container, the Hyper-V container, brings a solid answer to a lot of common security questions that present themselves when approaching the idea of containers in general. Everyone uses virtual machines heavily these days. I don't think anyone can disagree with that. Assuming the use of containers evolves into something that is easy to implement and administer, I think we could actually see Hyper-V containers being used in a lot of places where we are currently using full Hyper-V virtual machines. This will save time, expense, and server space. So this concludes this chapter for Windows Server 2016. If you like listening, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.